ଜୁମ୍ ଟା ମ୍ୟୁଟ୍ କରିଦେଇଥାନ୍ତେ କଥା ଗୁଡ଼ା ଶୁଭୁଛି।
ସେଠି ଜାଣିଛନ୍ତି।
Hello.
Good afternoon, everyone. We'll start our session in next 5 minutes. Please have patience. We'll start our session in next 5 minutes.
Oh. Sir, bias not audible.
Hello, sir.
Sir, till now speaker has not joined, so that's why I am mute. We'll start after 5 minutes.
Hello. Hello.
Yes.
Yeah. Am I audible?
Yes, yes.
When it will start?
Start
your video because the host is
Sir,
Sir, your ID, sir? Sir?
Hello. Hello. Am I audible?
sir, you are audible, sir. Sir, your ID, sir?
Now you are audible, sir.
ID, your ID. Yeah, I am Professor Ganapati Pandar. ID.
Sir, your name is not coming, sir. You have to search for it. So, without
My ID. Hello. What ID?
Sir, you are audible, sir, but your name is not showing, sir.
Okay. Name is not showing.
Name
So,
Ganapati Pandar,
Okay.
Dr.
So
Professor G. Pandar.
No,
Salpita.
sir.
Name is
Show my ID name, sir.
Salpita.
Solpita. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, sir, got it, sir. Got it, sir. Ghost.
Name is you register the name of Salpita.
Ghost.
That's why.
Okay.
Welcome to Session-2, Day-1 of TQAP Deputy Odisha sponsored 3-day online short-term training program on essential tools and techniques in research methodology. Our invited speaker is Professor Ganapati Panda. Professor Ganapati Panda is currently working as a professor and research advisor at C.V. Raman Global University, Bhubaneswar, India. Professor Panda served as Deputy Director, Dean, Academic Affairs, and Head, School of Electrical Science at IIT Bhubaneswar. He was also Dean, Administration, Head of Electronics and Communication Engineering at NIT Rourkela. He was a member of Board of Governors of IIT Bhubaneswar and NIT Rourkela. Dr. Panda also served as Director of NIT Jamshedpur. He worked for 47 years in teaching and research in leading technical institutions in India. He did his postdoctoral research work at the University of Edinburgh, UK, from 1984 to 86, and PhD in 1981 from IIT Kharagpur in digital signal processing. He has guided 42 PhDs in the field of signal processing, communication, AI, and machine learning. He has published more than 380 research papers in various referred journals and conferences with 10090 citations, H index of 49, and I-10 index of 162 as on 21st January 2021. 6 more PhD students are continuing their PhD work under his active guidance. He has successfully completed a number of research projects from various funding agencies in India and other countries. He is a fellow of the National Academy of Engineering India and fellow of National Academy of Science India for his significant research contribution to signal processing and machine learning. He has received Samanta Chandrasekhar Award in 1993, Bichu Patnaik Award in 2012, INAI Outstanding Teacher Award in 2017, AICT INAI Distinguished Visiting Professorship in 2019 to 20, and AICT Margdarshak in 2019 and 20 for the significant contribution to engineering, education, and research. He is a senior member of IEEE, fellow of IET, fellow of IETE, fellow of IE, life member of CSI, life member of ISTE, and life member of System Society. He is a regular reviewer of many international journals. He has chaired and delivered keynote addresses in many international conferences in India and abroad. His research interests are in area of artificial intelligence, machine learning, digital signal processing, digital communication, and intelligent instrumentation. Please, sir. Please, sir.
Yes.
Yes.
Sir, please share your slides, sir.
Yeah, I'm sharing just
Sir. Yeah.
the time. Is the slide visible?
Yes, sir, it's visible.
Just a second.
It also
Okay, is it visible? Is it visible?
Yes, sir, it's visible.
Starting. Yes. So good afternoon to all the participants. Before I start my lecture, I'm thankful to the management of Silicon Institute of Technology at Sambalpur, and specifically Manas, who contacted me to deliver lecture today in afternoon. I'm supposed to talk in the first session for today and tomorrow, but because of some unfortunate incident, I had to take the talk after lunch. I'm hopeful you are able to listen my lecture. Am I audible to all of you? Hopefully, is Manas
Sir,
there?
voice is not clear.
Is it clear? Is my lecture clear?
It is not clear.
Yes. So I'll make a gap for some time in between.
Sir, the voice is breaking, sir.
stop.
Yes. Now, this lecture usually I give in many of the organizations is how to carry out research. What are the various aspects of research? How to know which research is good, which research is bad. So these are the topics I'll be covering. In between, I'll make a gap for about 5 to 10 minutes. Just yes.
To see, then you can go.
Yes. So basically, sorry for the late. Actually, there was an unfortunate incident. My mother expired yesterday, and that's the reason things got derailed. Please don't mind. Still, I committed that I'll be lecturing, and hence I'm going ahead today. Yes. Please see. Writing a research paper is, I'm just talking about how to write a qualitative research paper. I have about 500 papers, even more, and produce about more than 45 doctoral students. So my experience I'm sharing with you. Usually our paper doesn't get rejected. Basically, before I start talking about the details of the paper, what are the factors to be taken into account? That aspect I'll try to highlight. Writing a research paper is a very difficult task. Even with groundbreaking research, people fail to publish. Usually you'll find you have done very good work and the papers are not getting published, acceptance is not coming, revision is not coming, you feel very bad. And after a couple of months, and 6 months, 8 months, you get a mail that your paper is rejected. It is very painstaking for a researcher, for a faculty member, for a scientist. Therefore, a lot of care has to be taken such that the paper is published in good journal. Usually we publish in SCI journal. I'll tell about, not even in Scopus. SCI journal is the best journal. It starts with some of the journals name I'm giving, IEEE transaction, IEEE transaction. Second one, IET, which is in UK, Elsevier, Springer, Wiley, Taylor and Francis. These are the few journals, publishers' name, and they have got a lot of journals under each category. For example, IEEE about 100 publications. IET has about 30 publications. Elsevier might be 50. Springer might be 50. So these are the various journals. Their names are different, but they come under the publisher. Springer, again I'm repeating, IEEE transaction in America. IET from UK, Springer, Elsevier, Taylor and Francis, and Wiley. One should not publish in any other journal. Of course, Nature is there, many other such typical journals, names and high standards are there. Now the presentation will provide an overview how to write well-structured research paper for possible publication in peer-reviewed journal. That is more important, because if you publish 100 number of papers by paying money, you neither get satisfaction, nor get a promotion, nor get a job in good educational institutions and university. So therefore, quality publication is the key to the career of a human person. Please see the next slide. There is some problem with the seed. There are differences between authors and readers. What an author wants, a author usually are journal focused. They focus on journals. They try to publish more papers. They want their career. What happens to the readers? The readers are article focused. They try to read the journal. They read less. They read those papers which are. So reader interest or something, author's interest or something, they're different. Yes. Now the points to be discussed in the course of my lectures are the following. I'll tell about the types of journal. What are the journal performance measures or matrices? I will tell something on the identification of target journal. What are the editor looks for? How to pick the right kind of journal. The key points to publish a journal article. What are the inner points which you want to focus on? Avoiding wrong journal and the structure of a manuscript, the detail, how to write a good research article. So these are the things which I want to highlight during my lecture. Please see, there are UGC care list of journal, UGC KR list of journal. KR means Consortium of Academic and Research Ethics. Consortium of Academic and Research Ethics. Please see, UGC KR list group 1. UGC KR list group 1. The University Grant Commission have made a list of journal. You must publish in that, otherwise they will not consider for your promotion or future. So one has to publish in those types of journal. The second type, group 2, is the Web of Science journal indexed in globally. One is UGC has made a list, the other one which is accepted globally, and that is the Web of Science. The Web of Science are published by the Clarivate Analytics. The Clarivate Analytics has a set of journal in each category. As I told, there is a host, a list is there. For example, the Science Citation Index, SCI. The third kind is the Scopus journal. It is published by Elsevier. So try to remember, one is SCI, Science Citation Index. Second one is Scopus. Another one is UGC has made a set of list. Now, I think everybody is listening. Many people are already publishing a lot of papers, but they may not have good idea. I'm trying to clarify by virtue of my last 60 years of involvement in the teaching organizations, more than 55 years in educational institution. I spent at University College of Engineering, Burla, for example, 12 years. Then I moved to NIT Raurkela, 22 years, and last 15 years in IIT Bhubaneswar. So by virtue of staying in those organizations, guiding about more than 45 doctoral students, I have this experience. What is impact factor? Impact factor of a journal. So this is a measure. The higher the impact factor, the better is the journal. Now, what is impact factor? Who found this? This is Clarivate Analytics has discovered this impact factor. Now, how to define? Impact factor, two types. 2 years impact factor and 5 years impact factor. In short form, it is called IR. Let's see what is 2 years impact factor. I'll just give a numerical example to make you understand. Please see carefully. Suppose a particular journal, I am to find the impact factor of a journal. Remember, it is not for a publisher. It is not for you. It is for a journal. We try to publish paper in a journal where the impact factor is high. Suppose I have to calculate the impact factor in 2019. It is an example. So you have to see 2 years previous to that. For example, 2019 means 2 years previous, 2017 and 2018. How many number of papers have been published by that journal in 2017 and 2018? Suppose this number is B. B is the total number of papers published in that journal during the year 2017 and 2018. And let us say B is the total number of this is the total number of paper published. A is how many times this 2 year publication, that is B number of publication, have been cited in the year A, in the year 2019. In 2019, the B number of papers published in 2017 and 19 has been cited A number of times. A is the number of citations, the 2 year previous, that is 17 and 18. So A divided B, that is the number of total citation in 2019 divided by total number of published in 2017 and 18, indicate the impact factor of that journal. Let's say I give a numerical example. It's very, very important. Many people, even professors of IIT, do not understand. I have asked in an interview while selecting the faculty members in IITs and IIT Bangalore. Please see. Suppose there is a journal. I have given an example, and you see the diagram. 30 number of journal paper published in 2017, and 40 number of journals papers were published in the same journal in 2018. So in the 2 years of 17 and 18, how many papers were published? 30 plus 40, 70. I think it is clear. And the 30 paper which was published in 2017 has 80 number of, see the value 80. 80 number of papers have been published, have been referred. The number of citation is 80 in 2019. Of which paper? The paper published in 2017. That is 30 papers have been cited by authors. How many times? 80 times. Similarly, 40 number of paper which was published in 2018 have been cited 60 times in 2019. So total number of citations in 2019 by these 2 years number of journal publication, 30 plus 40 is 70. So 140 citation, 70 is the number of journal page. So 140 divided by 70, that is the impact factor, is equal to how much? 2. So impact factor of that journal, it varies from number to year to year. So I have calculated in that box that impact factor is 80 plus 60 divided by 30 plus 50. Now, if I give another example, I just see the next example which is shown there. Are you able to see? Yes, another example. In 2012, number of journal papers published is 123. In 2013, the number of papers published by the same journal is 58. Therefore, the number of total papers which was published in 12 and 13 is added to be 181. Sorry, this is number of citations. And the number of papers is 40, 21 and 19. So 181 divided by 40 is 4.525 is the impact factor. I think it is clear. These 2 numerical examples. Am I clear? Hopefully.
Yes, sir.
So this is 2 years impact factor. Similarly, there is a 5-year impact factor. So basically, if you are taking a particular year, for example, I have to calculate the impact factor considering 5 years of journal publication. And the number of journal publication, 2006, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 5 years, 2001 to 2006. The total number of citations given, I have added all the citations. It comes to 12,236. And the number of publication, let's see here, it is from 2002 to 2006. The number of publication is 1,150. So if I divide these 2 numbers, I can calculate the impact factor to be 10 point something is coming. So this is a 5 years impact factor. These impact factors indicate the quality of the journal. When we apply for a better position in NIT or IT, we look to what is your impact factor of the journal in which you publish. We don't bother in how many papers you publish. We calculate the total number of papers you published in journal and how many total citation. What is the average impact factor we calculate? And the quality of a teacher depends, his quality of research and innovation depends upon the average impact factor. You can see in Google Scholar my impact factor. Today I'll show you at the end. So that says I think my CV was read, and there the impact factor was studied. So impact factor is an indication of the quality of research. Therefore, you must know the definition. Usually it is taken as 2 years impact factor. Next one. This is the earlier was by Clarivate Analytics. But today I'm telling another one which is Scoopus. Scoopus, where most of the people try to publish. It is a slightly inferior. We call it SCI is always better than Scoopus. Scoopus takes into consideration 3 years of evaluation. That is, if I have to calculate the impact factor of this year, I have to take the number of citations and number of paper published prior to this year, 3 years before. That is, if this is 2021, I have to calculate the site score, journal site score. In short form, it is called CS. It is not impact factor. It was published by whom? It was for this Cooper's people they introduced in 2016, and Elsevier, particularly journal Elsevier publication has introduced this. So they take into account for 3 years instead of 2 years. There is a difference. Please remember, everybody, those who calculate the impact factor takes into account, yes, all your conference paper, all your review paper, all your published journal paper. But remember, in the site score of Elsevier, these are excluded. Only publication by journal, no review paper, no conference paper, no other articles are taken into consideration. So usually, for the same publication, your site score will be lower compared to the impact factor, because the numerator by denominator will be higher in case of denominator is higher in case of site score. Therefore, your impact factor will be less. I'll give some numerical example. Let's see. Site score definition I have given, but I'll give an example. See the last equation. So site score CS in 2016 is equal to site score in 3 previous years, 15, 14, and 13. Add them. Divide by. That is how many papers you have published in 2015. That journal has published how many papers in 15, how many papers in 14, how many papers in 13. Add the total publication, and that will be in the denominator. And the numerator, the number of citation in 15, 13, and 14. All the 3 years you have to add. It is not 2 years. So total number of citation in 3 years divided by total number of paper published in the 3 years gives the site score in the year 2016. I'll give a numerical example. Yes. Now, numerical example I'll give. Yes, here I have given okay, just see here. Remember again, I'm repeating. Scoopus uses site score. SCI uses what? Impact factor. Second, the Scoopus site score takes into account a window of how many years? 3 years. But impact factor takes into account usually 2 years. Now, if you look to the journal, which I'll give some particular impact factor journal, like for example, there is a Nature citation. Yes. Just a minute. Yes. For example, I'm giving an example, a very important journal, Nature, everybody cites. And this, you see, it has an impact factor of 38.13, very high impact factor journal, but it is a side score of 14.38. Why? In case of impact factor, only you take the number of journals. But in case of side score, you are taking the denominator is large rate. That is, you are taking the number of papers published in conference, reviews, and journal. Therefore, the denominator becomes high. The impact factor of the same journal become different. So impact factor is usually high, but side score is usually low. This is what I wanted to tell. Next. So this is a numerical example. For 3 years I have taken, and you divide. I have to calculate in 2015. Therefore, side score you have to add for 3 years, and the number of papers published in 3 years is B. The number of citation in 2015 for the paper published in 2012 to 14 is A. So it is A by B. That is how the side score is calculated. So this is some of the, yes. So these are some of the example I have given, that side score is 8.8 in 2019, and the side score in 2020 8.9. It changes from year to year, depending upon how many people are cited. So there is a difference between the side score and impact factor, which I have shown in a tabular form. Yes. So please see here, what is the essential difference between the side score and the impact factor. So you see, for the same journal, the impact factor is 2, but the side score is 3. Why? Second thing, because I told that the number of other conference paper, other articles, review papers are taken into account in case of side score, which is not taken into account in case of impact factor. The impact factor has been designed by Clarivate Analytics, whereas the side score is designed by schools in Elsevier particularly. And only the articles reviews is taken, but all publications are taken in case of side score. This, I gave an example about the quality of journal, impact factor, and side score. Let's see the next one. Just half a minute gap. I'll teach you what is H index. My tone has gone down, please don't mind. H index. H index. H index is basically author level. H index was designed in 2005. Which year? 2005. And the person who developed it is J.E. Hills. H index patent to the individual author, whereas side score and impact factor refers to the journal. Am I clear? I'll ask you, everybody must have checked what is your H index. I'll tell my H index. Today I think it was read, my H index. I'll give a numerical example. Please listen, everybody. Please listen. I'll give an example. Suppose my impact factor H, my impact factor is 40. What does it mean? Sorry, my H index is 40. Yes, anybody? My G Panda has a H index of 40. Means what? That means 40 of my journal papers, each one have been cited by other authors at least 40 times. Suppose somebody's H index is 15, 1, 5. What is the meaning of this? That is, that author has at least 15 number of published papers. He might not have published 100, but at least 15 of his papers, each one had been cited at least 15 times. So H index indicates the quality of your research. We usually see the H index and we distinguish between who is good, better researcher and which is a poor researcher. I'll give an example. Just see. See an example. Yes. Please see the chart. Can you tell what is the H index of this person? He has published, he has one publication, 87 people have cited that paper. 87 people has referred his paper. Second paper, 70 person have referred, citation is 70, and so on. He has got 12 publications. Can you tell, please see everybody 1 minute, tell what is its H index. For example, I'll say his H index is 5. People see it's the 5th paper, number of citation is 19. So it should be near to 15, near to 5. What is more than 5? 19. So you have to go down. 6th paper, citation is 15 times. So all of the above paper, all have been cited at least 15 times. So it is more. If you go to the 8th one, the 8th paper has been cited how many times? 9 times. So it is 8 or more. Now if you go to the 9th paper, 9th paper has how many citations? 8 citations. So it cannot be, the 9th paper cannot be the H index of that person. The 9 cannot be. So the H index of the person of that person is, H index is how much? Is equal to 8. It's I-10 index. I-10 index. Its I-10 index is 7. That is, I-10 index 7 means at least 7 of his paper, each one has been cited 7 times. If count up to 10, the 10th, see, I made a mistake. I-10 index is 7 means 10 of his paper, each one has been cited 7 times. I-20 index 4 mean, that is 20 of his papers, each one have been cited 4 times. That is the meaning. H index 8 means 8 of his paper, each one have been at least cited 8 times. So that is the meaning of I-10 index, I-20 and H index. Okay, next one. Next. Okay, what is an open access publication? Let's see, open access publication, you can download. You can just go to Google search, type the paper and you can download it. It is available. Free access. Now, authors often retains the copyright. The copyright is with the author. But what is the bad part of it? Open access paper by paying money. Somebody I met in an interview, he says, I published 30 papers. And 80% of his papers are paid journal. You pay money and you publish it. You are not only ruining yourself, you are ruining the research also. Such journals should be banned. Because by paying money, you are publishing. Neither you get a promotion, nobody will look to your paper, and the people of that journal earn money. So therefore, some of the open access may be good, like IEEE has an open access journal. They take a lot of money to the tune of 1 lakh, but they publish soon. Instead of 7-8 months, they can publish in 2 months. But that people pay money, but the quality they maintain. But most of the open access journals are bad. They are called paid journals. You should be very, very careful. Unless it is an SCI paper or at least a Scoopers paper, please do not publish. Why publish? Why people will publish? To add knowledge to it. We publish to add knowledge in our field. I said my field of research is artificial intelligence because I have about 200 publications. I have specialization in the area of signal processing communication because I have hundreds of publications to advance your career. Your career can be advanced by publication. To see your name in the print, you see your name has come in very good journal. So people appreciate, people know, we are known all over the world in our field. It is because the quality of publication. Have I got something worth publishing? Without doing appropriate, proper, qualitative work, please do not try to publish. If it is interest to others in the field, then you get satisfaction. So that is, you should be very, very careful. So how to identify a target journal? As I told, can you name the journals? IEEE transaction has about 100 journals. Most of them are very good. Next one comes IET, published in UK. Third one I told you, I'll save here. Next one is Springer. Next one is Taylor and Francis. Next one is Wiley. I don't think any other journal in the field of engineering which governs you try to publish in others has no meaning. No, do not write a paper and then look for a journal. Do not write a paper and then look for a journal. Look for journal that have published your similar work. You have done on a particular type of field, your research in the field of, say, security. Then you have to look for security journal. I published something on the healthcare, on heart disease detection. So I have to look for the journal where such papers are published. Consider journal that have published work that you cite. You have taken many references and see those references belong to which journal and try to submit in that journal. Very, very important. Next. Now, some factors to consider. Audience. They have to be happy. Who read audience means not showing a cinema. Audience will be people who listen, who read those papers. Prestige, access. Yes, access is very important. Impact, publication time. Some paper you are sending for publication for review, it takes more than 1 year, more than 1.5 years. So that is loss of time. Publication time is very, very important. Likelihood of acceptance. Your quality is that your contribution is less, but you are submitting that paper to a high impact factor journal. Obviously, it will be rejected. Therefore, choosing of a right kind of journal is very, very important. Yes, using journal instruction, you have to read the instruction of the journal. Strictly follow the instruction. Check the instruction again before submitting your paper, because if you do not follow the instruction and written the paper, very likely that it will be rejected. Some question, the instruction answer, I think you must have read, you must have submitted, but I'm putting it here. It says about the categories of the article that the journal publishes. They say that this journal publishes article in this field, and your paper must match to that. Otherwise, don't submit in that journal. What is the maximum length of the article? 6 page, 8 page, 15 page. Lot of restrictions are there. So you have to choose the journal accordingly. What is the maximum length of the abstract? They write 100 words, 150 words, 200 words. Does the journal have template for article? Template, they give a illustration. You have to follow that. What sections should be article include? What are the different sections? For example, abstract, introduction, then data sources, then methodology, then experiments or simulation-based results, then analysis of the result, contribution of the paper, conclusion, reference. So this must be clearly written in the instruction, and you have to abide by that. How many figures, and some of the journals gives a guideline. How many figures, how many tables? Yes, you have to follow that. Similarly, what format to be there, the reference. The reference people write randomly. One reference in one form, second reference in another form. So you have to follow a completely uniform format of writing the reference which pertains to that journal. In what electronic format should the paper be prepared? Somebody will say it is latex, somebody will say send in Word, somebody will give the guideline, give the Word format, give the PDF format. So you have to submit online, or you have to submit in HTML, or in what way you have to submit. So those guidelines you have to adhere. Hello. Hello, Manas. Are you there? Hello, Manas.
Sir, I am here, sir.
From the
Yeah.
side,
Sir.
can you give a gap for 10 minutes?
Sir, okay, sir. Sir.
Can I give a gap for 2 minutes, 10 minutes?
Sir, okay, sir. Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
10 minutes, please tell the people who are listening,
Okay, sir.
the delegates, for 10 minutes.
Sir.
Okay. Okay.
Sir. Okay,
For
sir.
10 minutes, I'll come back. Thank you. Thank you.
Sir. 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 We'll resume the session after 10 minutes only. So please have patience. We'll resume the session after 10 minutes. Please have patience. We'll resume our session in next 5 minutes. Please have patience. Sir, please unmute yourself, sir. Sir, please unmute yourself.
Yeah, I'll just start now within a minute. Within half a minute.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'll just start. Next. Okay, next. Yes, sorry, I didn't have my lunch. I just completed my lunch. Thank you for your patience. Yes, I'm starting again. Now I'll cover some questions of the instruction answer. What is the categories of articles does the journal publish? I think this I have covered. What is the maximum length of the article? What is the maximum length of the abstract? Does the journal have a template for articles? And what should be the details of the section? How many figures and tables? This I have already covered. Okay. Now, submitting the paper, there can be traditional submission by email, electronic submission. Articles should not be submitted to more than one journal. Be careful. Just with the objective of publishing faster, we submit to 2-3 journals, which is not ethical. I urge upon you, all the faculty members who are attending, please do not submit the same paper simultaneously 2 to 3 journals to avoid your time. That is not ethical. Next one you see, after submission, most journal editors will make an initial decision. They look to your paper, they grasp the paper. If it is not properly formatted, if it is not pertinent to the topic of that particular this one, then to the theme of that journal, then they reject the paper themselves. They don't send to the reviewer. Editor has the power to reject itself. So within 7 days, you'll get a reply that your paper is not accepted. Very unfortunate. That means you have not adhered to that particular theme of the journal, and the theme of your paper doesn't match, or you have not followed the instruction well, or your organization of the paper is not correct. So that actually make a quick look. Most editors appoint reviewers. Please remember, there is more than 2 or 3 reviewers, sometimes 2, sometimes 3, even sometimes more. And these reviewers have to give their independent opinion. and the editor's job is to look to the reviewer's comment and makes its own comment, and finally the paper's outcome comes to you. Either it is outright rejected, major revision, minor revision. Very rarely I have seen in my life that you are submitting a paper without revision, the paper get accepted. Impossible. So basically minor revisions means it should be extremely heavy. If it is a major revision, at least 50%, more than 50% chance is that the paper will be accepted. So therefore, rejection of a paper should be enthusiasm. It should not take in the negative way because it has the opportunity to improve it. Next, initial screening by the journal. If it is not appropriate to the subject matter, as I told, not compliance with the instruction, not the overall quality is good, then they reject the paper. Yes. Now peer review, evaluation by expert in the field. You know, many of you must be reviewing papers. Most of you, some of you must be a reviewer, senior people. The purpose is twofold. First one, the editor decides whether to publish. It helps the editor to decide whether the papers to be published or not. It helps the editor to decide whether to publish the paper or not. Second, to help the author to improve the quality of it. So there are two objectives, that it helps the author, it helps the editor also. Therefore, one should not feel bad. Editor's decision based on the peer reviews advice. Reviewer gives their advice, their suggestion, the editor's own evaluation. The editor being an expert also have its own view. The amount of space, because sometimes you write very less, sometimes you write very more pages. Space is an issue and other factors. And based on that, the reviewer says, accept it as very rare, accept with revision, or you can outright reject. Writing the paper, key points. What are the key points? Strong introduction. Introduction must be very good. It engages the reader. Set the scene, explain why the work is important, and state the aim of the study. Introduction must be very good. Second, clear, logically organized, complete methods. The complete methods inherently to be described, which is missing most of the time. Results you obtain, but results are not analyzed properly. Avoid repetition between text, tables and figures. It is not clear, it is not evident, it is not concise. Relevant discussions are missing. You start strongly, but your objective is not achieved. What you want in the objective of the paper, you have not achieved that. Discuss the significance and implication of result, the analysis of the result, the contribution of the paper, which is the implication of the result, is very, very important. Thesis versus papers. Your thesis is the kitchen sink. What is a sink? Anything you put inside, that happens, but you cannot in paper. Paper is not a sink. Thesis can be considered as a sink. There may be wanted, maybe some of them wanted, but paper is only essential thing. It is just like your jewel. You revise it, you refine it, then the jewel quality will improve, and then do it again. So just by writing a paper hurriedly, don't submit. You read yourself, give to your supervisor, give to your friend, let them give their views. Try to update again and again. And after a couple of readings, if you are convinced that the paper is proper, then you upload. Yes, that you have to bear in mind. Attracting the editor or reader. Two things. Your paper should be such that an editor should be happy to publish. The reader should be happy to read. So bi-directional objective, they must have to fulfill at a time. There are lots of opportunity for rejection. Today, if I know, because I know most of the editors and I must have at least more than 5,000, I must have reviewed the paper. My virtue of my experience, I say, most of the papers are rejected, particularly in ACI journal, with good impact factor journal. Quality is everything. Take little food, just now I have taken food, the food's quality I like. Quality is important. Quantity is not important in life. Remember, your paper is competing with many authors. There are 20 papers that come to the editor, he has to choose two. How he will choose two? He will reject based on quality. He knows how to measure the quality. I'll tell the quality today. Its title, I'll tell about title, I'll tell about the abstract title. It should be brief. It should be self-explanatory. What exactly they are in the theme of the paper. It is interesting and it should be accurate. Yes, you should not put many ornamental words. Novel approach, you can say improve, novel. These are redundant words. One should not use. Abstract readers attract readers to your paper by reading the title and abstract. They will be keen to read your paper. Aim for 4 sections. 4 things you have to answer. Please remember in abstract why you are doing, how you are doing, what you are doing, and implication. Why you have taken that problem, how you solve that problem, what you obtain from the problem, and what is the implication to the society or the community. Make it clear, easy to write. I have marked. People write 5-line sentences. 5 lines for one sentence. Then after second line, they write 1-line sentence. Sometimes 3-line sentence. So that is not properly readable. It should be said 2-3 lines is okay. Something is very lengthy, something is very short. It should not happen. It should be very careful. Long sentence doesn't convey any meaning. It should be very much careful. Key points. How to publish a journal article. Choose the most appropriate journal, as I told. It should pertain to the theme, your topic of your research, and the theme of that journal should match. Read the instruction very carefully. Format the manuscript in line with the journal style. Send the manuscript of the journal editor and wait for the acknowledgement. So once they get the paper, they acknowledge it. Wait for the reviewer's comments. Return the revised manuscript to the editor with a point-by-point response of the reviewer's comments. Yes, these are the steps to be followed. Address all the, then give the compliance, give the page number where the compliance has been started in the revised paper. Give the page number where you have been started. Keep the deadline for the resubmission of the revised paper. Read the proof after the paper comes, that paper is accepted. The proofreading is very, very important. Return the proof back to the editor. Complete and return the copyright form. Very, very important. Wait to see the article in print or online. You'll be very happy to see your paper in an article, as an article, either in print form or online form. If the manuscript is rejected, in the peer review process, they revise it, using the reviewer's comments and submit it. to another journal, not the same journal usually. Are you ready to publish? See the right side. If you are not ready to publish, see the left side. If it is outdated work, incorrect conclusion, duplication of published work, don't submit. Paper will be rejected. If the original results or methods, significant enhancement of the published work, up-to-date review of a subject or the field, then you are ready to submit. So you have to judge yourself by asking this question. That is my submission. What an editor looks for. There are many reasons why a manuscript must be rejected. A good understanding of the reason can help for the best possible chance of acceptance. That is very important. Journal editors are always looking for 4 things. Please see, journal editors are always looking for 4 things in every manuscript submitted to the journal. Scope of the work, quality, novelty, and significance. These things must be reflected in the paper. Scope, quality, novelty, and significance. That is very, very important. Okay, a paper must meet 4 important things. The contents of the paper must match to the scope of the journal. Am I clear? The journal scope is there written in the journal website. It should match. Quality of the paper, method, execution of the research, as well as the writing. These are called quality. Writing must be good. Execution of the research, very important, and the methodology. If they are not sufficiently high, the paper is not accepted. It must present the novelty, innovation, with the exception of review papers. Review papers cannot have the novelty. They are actually, you are analyzing the published paper. The result must be significant enough to be worth reading. It should be significant. So these are the editor looks for. Before submitting your manuscript, yes, for publication, try to evaluate yourself whether these 4 categories are available, present, and you are satisfied or not. Make it easy for the reader. It is very, very important to evaluate your work. Scope of your work should be very clear. What is new and how it fits with the prior published work and why it is significant must be highlighted in the paper. Very, very important. Make the quality of your writing sufficiently high so that the reader will be interested to read the full article. So these are the details of what is looked for in a journal. Please see for a couple of minutes. Please see. What are the stages? You submit your paper, confirmation of receipt, initial decision by the editor. It may be rejected. He decides either reject or review. Decide to review. Assign reviewers. Reviewer accept the invite of the editor. Review process goes on. 3 possibilities: revise, accept, or reject. If it is reject, if it is a revision, you have to revise it. If the revision is checked, revision is received, you revise it. And notification to the author, either accept or reject. If it is reject, again the cycling process will take place. Paper sent to the publisher after acceptance. So these are the steps usually followed. A final step, you must be happy that your paper, after following all these steps, yes, the paper has been finally published. Avoiding the wrong journal. You should avoid, if the journal is not correct, you should not submit, because by this you are spoiling or wasting your time. If you have not sufficient knowledge of matching, you should ask your experienced people to guide you that what are the right kind of journal. As a simple guide, you have cited many references. Wherever you have taken many reference, which journal they belong to. So your paper might be more fitting to that journal. That is what some of the simple guideline. Structure of a paper, that is very, very important. Scientific writing following rigid structure, a format developed over hundreds of years. A paper cannot be read at several levels. Some people just will refer to the title. Some people only see the title and give as reference. Some people read the title and abstract, but very few people go deep into the paper, because I work in the same field. So those paper I'll go deeper to have better knowledge on that particular topic. So these are the types of structure of the paper a person, a reader used to do. Structure of the paper: title, abstract, keywords, then introduction, methods, results and discussion, conclusion, acknowledgement, reference, and supporting materials. Yes. Now, each section I have written in a tabular form. Please have a look. Title clearly describe the contents. Title, you can know exactly what has been done in the paper. Affiliation ensures recognition of the writer. Abstract describe what was done. Yes, keywords ensures the article is correctly identified. Introduction explain the problem. Methods explain the data, how the data, collected data was used to achieve your objective. Results section describes what was discovered, what is the new thing you found, what is the contribution of the people. Discussion discusses the implication of the findings. Acknowledgement, you have taken data from somewhere, somebody helped for experiment, somebody helped to obtain a good revision, somebody helps to revise or give ideas. So therefore, or it is a funded project, a research paper, so the funding agency reference should be properly written. Appendices, if at all it is required, you have to give the. So these are the different components of a particular. These are, as I told you, for each of the sub-article, the details have been provided. Title, how to write a title. Very, very important. It should, I have given a limited to 8 to 15 words. It is the advertisement of the article. It should reflect the aim and approach of the work. Should be as specific, clear, and informative as possible. It should be relevant to the subject of topic. Correct grammar. Avoid abbreviation in the abstract. No short form. You cannot write CAT, or you can write AI, and you cannot write ML in the title. Start writing the manuscript with a working title. Revise the title when the manuscript is complete. You give an initial title, but later on you revise. Short and catchy titles are often preferred, are often cited. So that benefit goes, yes, to the author. Now, Example, I've given two examples. Synthesis and characterization of something. A comparative study of automotive brake testing. So if you look to this title will say it is good or not. For example, the original title was Action of Antibodies on Bacteria. This is a vague title. The exact title is Inhibition of Growth of Microobstium. Yes, tuberculosis by Staphylococcus. My saying is, this is exact work the paper has done. But the previous one, Action on Antibiotics on Bacteria, is a vague term. The right title is exactly what the author have done. So these are some of the examples. I have given three examples, a vague title and the correct title. Investigation on improved performance of this mechanism. These are vague terms. You have to clearly specify the title should not be any vague term. Keep it as brief as possible. Seduce the reader to read. Summarize the problem methods. Make sure it is clearly written and easy to understand. Accurately reflect the content of the paper. Accurate, precise, concise, and informative. Accurate, precise, concise, and informative. The reader can decide whether or not to read the whole article. Abstract will tell. Together, the title will tell. Together, the title and the abstract should stand on their own. Many authors write the abstract last. I write last. I don't write in the beginning, so that it can accurately reflect the content of the paper. The title and abstract always should be written at the end. That is my advice. This is about the abstract, 100, 200 words, no abbreviation of the abstract, reader-centric. It is too wordy, readers will not read it. The abstract should talk about the work. Do not use first person like I or we, I did, we did. No, it should be written in third person. No need of use phrases like new, novel, etc. 100, 200 words. This I have already told. Structure of abstract. It should deal with background, aim, approach, result, and conclusion. Why it is important? What problem you have undertaken, problem statement, what method you have used, what results you have obtained, and what is the interpretation of result. All these things or the contribution of the paper must reflect in the abstract. Each subsection should contain one or two sentences. This is the structure of the abstract. Background. What should the background should be? Why you have taken up this problem? Aim. What you plan to do in the paper. Approach. What methodology you want. Results. What you obtain through experiment or simulation or both. Then interpretation of result. And then the conclusion. So many times there are many journals. They represent graphically nowadays. So graphical representation of abstract, one example I have given. So each subsection is represented by a figure. Few of the journals have recently introduced the graphical abstract. 3 parts test. Can all the, please say this one, very important. Can all the information found in the abstract also can be found in the paper? Yes or no? Second, can all the information from the body of the paper can also be found in abstract? The reverse one. Anything what you have written in abstract available in the paper. Second is anything which is available in the paper, is it reflecting in the abstract? Are any key words from the paper missing in the abstract? We have written some key words and sentences which is missing in the abstract. So these factors you must have to bear in mind. These keywords, generally 4 to 8 keywords, it pertain to the actual core of the work. Yes, so you have to choosing keyword is very, very important. For example, we have done, say, net-based classification or random forest, then you have to use that word. If you have done a classification or forecasting or clustering, you have to mention that word. If I use some machine method, what are the different performance measures like specificity or sensitivity or F score, whatever you are using. So those keywords, which whether it's a healthcare problem or a finance problem, those words must be highlighted. Introduction, as I told, it should be clearly stated. State how your work differ from other work. Identify the question you are answering. Explain what other findings, if any, you are challenging. Briefly describe the experimental hypothesis, research question, general experimental design, etc. So this is what the introduction should contain. Now the introduction section should answer 2 questions. What you have done and so what? What is the paper about and why should the reader care it? So 1 or 2 paragraphs to introduce the topic. Details I'm saying, 1 to 2 paragraphs of the introduction should literature review. 10 to 15 reference at least citation. 1 or 2 paragraphs on methodology employed. 2 to 3 lines on the finding or contribution of the. At least this must reflect on your introduction. Method similarly, which describe how the problem was studied. Provide the reader the enough details so they can understand and replicate. Explain the new methodology. Do not describe previously published work. Identify the equipment and materials used. Don't forget to present the controls used. Be precise and describe the measurement. So these are the factors. Introduction method must have to be presented in concise manner. Results, whatever graph or tables or plots you have obtained, you have to make a justification of that. And from this, actually, why something become low, why something high, why the initial value is low, all the justification must be given. So results is very, very important, and it must be short and to the point. Because the whoever does the research, they go to your result. They do not go to the descriptive part. They go to the result part and they look to it. Discussion. Interpretation result is most important. Most important section. Make the discussion and corresponding results complement them. Compare with the published work. Bring out your contribution clearly and tell the strength and weakness of your paper. You can't say all thing is good in your paper. There is some bad thing. What is the weakness of your paper? That must be highlighted. Some communication pitfall while writing the results. lack of organization, presenting results that are never discussed. You are presenting some result that never discussed. That presenting some discussion whose result is not there, just vice versa. Presenting results and description in the chronological order, ignoring results that do support the conclusion. So these are the weak points we must have to look at. Conclusion section. I feel conclusion section should contain which problem you attempted, what key results you obtained, what is the limitation of your work, how your work can be extended for future. All these things must reflect on the conclusion section of your paper. Some common pitfall or weakness, repeating the abstract, repeating the background, introducing new evidence or new arguments not found in the results in this case. You say, I did this, I obtained this, but nothing yet been done in practice. It's very bad. Repeating the arguments made in the results and discussion. Failing to address all the research questions set out in the introduction. So you ask some question in the introduction and your conclusion must answer all this. Do not extend your conclusion beyond what is directly supported by your result. Your result has done something, you limit to that. Don't go beyond that. That is not good, which you have not obtained or studied. Citations and reference, that is very, very important. Your citation reference must be following the journal where you are submitting the articles, and it all should be complete, all should be identical, but that doesn't happen. Somewhere page number is there, somewhere year number is there, somewhere it is missing, somewhere it is italicized, somewhere authors are leg number, somewhere authors are short form, somewhere you are writing within bracket year, somewhere you are writing at the end year, somewhere you are not writing the year. Pages are written in different ways. You must follow one style and must adhere to that. That is very, very important. So basically, these are the various components: title, abstract, keywords, conclusion, introduction, methods, results, discussion, figures, tables. These are the various aspects which I have already told you. Yes, so I covered it. I think time is also already, I have covered more than that. It is already 3:50. May I ask the organizer if anybody has some doubts or questions? I'll be very happy to share. Yes, Manas and others, please send the question in the box so that I can see it, and by seeing the question I can answer. Yes.
Sir. Thank you, sir. And now we'll start our question answer session. So I request all the participants to raise hands so that we can unmute them and they can ask their questions. Participants, please unmute yourself. Please raise hands. Dear participants, please raise hands. Dear participants, please raise hand.
How the self-citation can be viewed?
Sir, one question is there from Sama Prasad Mahanti. The question is how self-citation can be viewed. Sir? Sir, there is a question.
Family alpha glucosidase.
Not clear. It's speak slowly.
Can see that, no, tomorrow.
Yeah.
Sir. Sir, the question is how the self-citation can be viewed. How the self-citation can be viewed.
Self-satisfaction. How self-citation? Oh, self-citation should be minimized because self-citation doesn't increase your self-citation. Actually, is not expected. You may give one or two because self-citation they discourage. Any of the journals they discourage. You may give one or two. If you have published one or two good SCI journal relate to your paper, you can give not more than one or two. That is my experience.
Sir. Any more questions?
Any other question?
Dear participants, please raise hand so that we can unmute yourself and you can ask questions.
Most of the conference.
Sir, one more question is there in the chat box. The question is, most of conferences happening in India are during winters. Why?
Just a minute. 1 minute. 1 second. Just a minute. Your question was.
Sir, most of the conferences happening in India are during winters. Why?
Just a minute. Most conferences are held mostly in winter. Why?
Sir.
See, this is in not online mode. Offline mode, people in winter, they go to visit places. Basically, one of the objectives in winter, the people go and visit places. Summer it is hot, and winter you go with your coat and tie, visit places. People take family. So it is you kill two birds with one stone. You see a place and present your people. That is, I think, the objective.
Sir.
And usually conferences are held in the break, summer break, winter break. Basically, you appear the semester system after the semester is over, and there is a gap when the faculties are relatively free or students are free, and they can visit to the places. And that is the reason it is held mostly twice. You can find in the month of December, January, maximum to February, and the other side again June, July, before the rainy season starts. And it varies from eastern part and western part also. Right? Western part people, English people, American people, they do in summer. We try to do in winter. It is the reverse.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Any other question?
Yes, sir. There is one more question.
Had it been online lecture, I would have asked question to all of you and try to see how much you are followed.
Sir. So there is one more question.
What is the impact factor? What is the quality of the journal? What is H index? What is I-10 index? How to write the paper? People are using present tense, past tense, future tense in the paper. People are writing I, we, he, they. You should not be written like that. Always in third person. It has been done. It has been made. It has been obtained. And or should be past participle tense, not was, I, will be, we. All these things should be avoided. Again, paper should not be 5 lines, 3 lines, 7 lines. All should be short and crystal clear. Any other question?
So one more question is there. Does having except from one previously published paper be considered as plagiarism?
Repeat.
Does having except from one previously published paper be considered as plagiarism?
Yeah. Send your question because one side. Can you repeat the question? Can you type and send me?
Sir, that question is available in the chat box only. I am reading from the chat box only. It reads like this: does having except from one previously published
Just reading, just a minute.
considered as plagiarism?
Does having expert from our own previously published paper be considered as plagiarism? Does have extract from your own paper? Yes, you see, two things. You can cite a table or a graph, but keep the reference there. If you previously published your paper or anybody paper, you are giving a reference, it is not taken as plagiarism. But if you copy some sentences, a paragraph, or maybe a graph or table without referring it from where it has come, it is plagiarism.
Sir, one more question is there. How can we?
One question I'm saying, how can we know which is the good Scopus index journal? You know, from this two indices I told. Hello, gentlemen who asked the question. Scopus journal has what factor? Journal matrix, as I told. Yes, this is side score. So side score will indicate the journal has a side score. Your paper has appeared in a journal. What is the side score? If there are two journals whose side score is higher, is a better journal, and your quality of paper is better. Yes. Somebody was asking another question. Any more question?
Any more questions? Dear participants, any more questions?
Okay. No more question.
Okay, no more questions. Okay, sir.
Okay, some question has come. It is unfortunate to say that many articles, research papers, and in fact PhD are paid. Your opinion on it? Question is, I cannot comment. Everything is bad. People have to survive. People, in some university, they publish in some journal and which they accept. But we should avoid in publishing in such journal any articles which you are by paying money you are publishing. Please do not do. But there are, as I told, IEEE access. I know one journal is a IEEE journal, but for early publication, they take, but peer review takes place. They do the review very fast. So publishing research paper and even PhD, I can't say PhD goes in various ways. I cannot comment in the open meeting. One-to-one, I can tell. I have a lot of experience. But remember, my 45 now, I'm guiding 15. None of them are passed through this process. My minimum 4 SCI journal paper, right from beginning. Without 4 SCI, they will not come to Dr. G. Panda. And even in this 1 year, I should not boast. I've got 60 SCI paper. After my retirement, I'm age of 73. So question is, if you happen to be in Odisha, the person who has written the question, try to meet me. So it is possible. Every God has given quality to everybody. Question is, you do not know, even with a small graph, you can publish in SCI. In a small table also you can publish in SCI. How to write, how to represent, what is the research gap, what is the motivation of research, what is the research objective. You are very poor in writing. Which particular problem you have addressed, why you have addressed, how you have addressed, what improvement you have obtained. We are very poor in interpreting that. And that is the weakness of us. EGCKR and any other resource list which ranks Indian journal. Yes, you can see in the website. I told you the UGC has formed a committee and the UGC has listed a list of journal, that is consortium, careful from Consortium of academic and research ethics. So if you publish in that, it is not a very good quality journal, but government of India accepts it. It may be Scopus, it can be SCI. But to my best of my knowledge, SCI with good impact factor, at least maybe 2 are good journals. Question is, with a simple result what you have obtained, how we can very clearly and very organized manner can able to reproduce so that it will be appreciated by the reviewers as well as the editor. That is very important. Thank you. I just asked what I experienced from few of my known. Yeah, I agree. I do not believe actually. Yeah, the people are also getting paid. Journal people are also contacting the person who are examining the thesis or reviewing the paper and getting the work done. Now this business of corruption has gone down to academics also. I agree to it.
Sir, any more questions? Dear participants, any more questions?
I request the delegates, and I stay in Bhubaneswar. Today I have come to Sambalpur because my mother died yesterday. I am still in that condition because I committed to Silicon. I was in their board right from the inception. I was helping in Bhubaneswar. So I got inclined, and Manas requested me many times. Under all this difficult situation and my mental situation also, I participated. So those who are interested to learn about research, how to carry out research, how to publish and make your career, I'm known in the country as well as in Odisha. Please do meet me.
Thank you very much, sir, for your informative talk. I am very sure this talk will be highly helpful to all the participants to enhance their research quality. It will be helpful for their higher studies and good research paper publications. Thank you very much, sir.
Yes, thank you. Tomorrow again I might lecture in the same time.
Yes,
How
sir.
to write a research project, how to get research funding.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, that I will give my lecture.
Sir, thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thanks.
There is an announcement for all the participants. We have already shared attendance com feedback link in the chat box. Please fill and it is requested all the participants should name their IDs with the proper names. We are just finding some IDs with some fonts and some alphabets, some numericals like this. So all are requested to attend the program with the proper names. Thank you all.